Yeah, so folks, it's lunchtime on Thursday the 12th of March, Urzo City, Hubei province, still in quarantine, still in lockdown. No real date yet of what's going to happen. Here's my friends. Say hello to Australia. So this is a special vegetable that's only in this state, and it's very popular. It's like a spinach, and it's very good. I actually give the flowers to my bird, but there's a little bit of a communication problem here, but they all appreciate what I do, and they're all friendly to me. So the figures today in downtown Hubei, there's 3,056 people that have passed away. That's only up 16. No, sorry, that's only up 10 from yesterday. So 10's like the lowest I've seen it in 2 months nearly. So that's fantastic news. Well, not for the people that passed away, of course, but it's better than 100. So the government's actions have definitely taken place, and we're getting somewhere. And I've just come around the corner here and noticed that the guard tent's gone. So this is good news. This is really good news. Oh, hang on. No, they're moving the guard tent to the outside. So it's not as good as news as I thought. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, terrible news. They've moved the fence out here. You moved it out here. Oh. Can I come out? Could I come out? I'm out on the street. This is insane. I haven't been out here for like 6 weeks. Here's some friendly guards today. These are my two. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Look at this. There's another tent up there. The police are over there, so I might just turn my camera off for a second. So this is a major privilege for me. I'm allowed out. I'm not really allowed out, but they've moved the tent, so let's have a little quick wander out in the road here. And you can see the tents at the hospital, the tent opposite my area, and there's tents all the way down the road. Each one of these tents are guarding an extra building complex and stopping people from exiting like I've just done. So yeah, this is the world first in Urzo, China. We're out the gates for a while. Wow, that's freedom. Anyway, cool. Oh, I'm so excited to be outside. I want to run, but there's nowhere to go. All right. Can you speak English? Can you say hello Australia?
Hello.
Oh, good girl, thank you. Wow, so that was really unexpected. I just got let out of the gates. They've moved the guard tent to the outside like you all saw, and the lady gave me an update and said that we might be allowed out of this quarantine area by the end of the month. So what's today, the 12th, so looks like we've only got another 18 odd days, 19 days in here maybe, but that's a good sign. I haven't been outside there now for probably since the 13th of February, so that was the first time I got to step out there. I'm really happy. It made me feel much better. The guards are excited for me, and some bloke came along and told me to get the fuck back in. But he doesn't know what I've been doing, and he's seen a white guy, so he probably freaked out. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy. That's the best thing I've heard in the last few weeks, and a bit of positivity. So yeah, keeps me going. What else has happened today that's interesting? On the news, America's put in flight bans from Europe, starting on Friday, starting tomorrow at midnight. That's good news for Americans, I suppose. Sucks if you're in Italy and you need to get home, but that's life. Yeah, and the other bit of news I heard today, the World Health Organization, WHO, have officially declared this a world pandemic. So it's very serious. A pandemic's been declared and Australia still hasn't swung into action. Absurdity, absolute absurdity. Another very bit of interesting news that I saw today on Chinese media is the Chinese government has donated a whole heap of medical practitioners to Italy to help them fight their problem. Now, that's really positive for me because if we don't need those extra doctors and they can afford to send them to Italy to help out there, well, that's great news for China. It means that, you know, we've got the resources now and we're on top of it. And like I said, there was only 10 deaths yesterday. There was only 18 new admissions to hospital in Hubei. We're the worst affected area, and that's dropped considerably. 67,781 people are still in hospital. So yeah, what was that? Yeah, that's looking good. You know, it was up to 80 odd thousand. So people are getting out and keep getting healthier and happier, and China's getting better. Can't say the same for my own country, unfortunately. Yeah, they've missed the boat, and they haven't put in the restrictions and the necessary sort of things that they needed to sort of hold this and contain it. But we'll see how it goes down there, and good luck to you all, and make sure you wear your mask, and don't worry about what people think or what people say. It's like wearing a seatbelt. You know, it might prevent an accident and prevent an injury. And that's how I think about masks. Everybody in China has to wear a mask, don't forget that. They're important. That's why the medical people and professionals and all the people out in the streets here are wearing them, and that's why it's illegal for us not to have one on. So look, the neighbours are out and about. They're doing a few exercises. I have not a fucking clue what they're talking about, but they seem to appreciate my happiness and positivity, so that's all good. Yeah, so Donald Trump, you know, brought in his travel bans from Europe yesterday, everywhere except England. Don't know why he didn't include England. Their Minister for Health is actually infected with it, so it's not very good news for England. But yeah, so hopefully Australia follows suit. Our Prime Minister seems to do that. Whatever America does, he seems to follow along. He's a bit of a sheep that way. But anyway, at least he does something. Yeah, I think he must idolise Trump in a way, because, like, you know, here, the Americans came and got them, and 2 weeks later, ScoMo decided to send someone and get the rest of us, or half of us. But yeah, so let's hope that's the case. America asked China for help. China said, sorry about that, guys, but remember the trade sanctions you put on us that tried to fuck our economy? Yeah, so like I said, the Chinese doctors have been asked to go and help out in Italy, which is a great sign for us. Other countries have asked for their help, but unfortunately they haven't treated China properly, and it's coming back on, you know, coming back to bite them now. So unfortunately that's the way it works, you know. But yeah, so that's really good news for me anyway. I'm actually safer here in Wuhan district than I would be in Australia now, with the, you know, the lack of things being put in place there and the amount of people that are coming down with it. A mate of mine went to hospital yesterday in Sydney and needed to get tested. He had to wait 2 hours in a waiting room with a whole bunch of other people that were coughing and spluttering, only to be swabbed and sent home and told he'll get his results in a few days. Well, that sort of testing is just appalling. Over here, mate, if you get tested, you get put in some form of quarantine until your test results come back. No questions asked. That's all there is to it. I can't see why you'd test someone only to send them home and tell them to wait for 3 days before you get a result, especially after sitting in a waiting room in the middle of a city for 2 hours. 2 hours. Yep, outside my door. Guards have moved outside the gates. I don't know if that's a good thing, because people that get in here just going to start to wander around now, but we'll have a little bit more freedom. And we still have 2 sick people in this area, in this complex. However, there's sick people everywhere. You know, I'm surrounded by high-rise buildings here, people breathing and spitting out the windows, and I've been wandering around cleaning up all their crap now for a good 3 weeks, and nothing's happened to me. So it doesn't get everybody, so keep that in mind. Just take every preventative measure that you can possibly take, and take matters into your own hands. It's your own life, and that's what's most important. A lot of people here don't have the money to back themselves up in a crisis, and you know, unfortunately people have to go to work and pay their bills, but you know, is it worth it really? Is it worth getting on public transport and going into where other areas are just to get, you know, really sick, and with the possibility of dying? There's definite proof that this virus causes lung damage. After you get better, you lose 30% of your lung capacity. So either way, there's damage left, and that's why it's hitting old people so badly. They don't have the lung capacity to sustain their life at that age, you know, and lose that much. So it's very important to do everything you can, and money's not everything. So, you know, don't put your work up front. You're only working for somebody else. They're only making money off you, and it's really not that important at the end of the day. You know, we can all start work and knuckle down later on down the line when it's a little bit better circumstances. Everyone in the world's being affected by this now. Everyone in the world's going to be losing wages and salaries and whatnot, income, whatever you want to call it. So keep that in mind too. You know, everybody's in the same boat, and we all have to work together to sort this shit out, because it's got better here in China, and that's great. And I personally think I'm safer here in the epicenter of where this started, where there's already been 80-odd thousand people put through the hospital system, and we've already had over 3,100 deaths, and I personally think I'm better off here. So unfortunately, that's a terrible thing to say for me. I wish I could say something different. Unfortunately, the Australian government haven't reacted. You know, they're just worried about their budget, you know, the way they're going to deal with their money. Well, like I'll remind you again, it's not your money. It's the taxpayers' money. It's for the country, and people aren't going to remember you for a budget. They're going to remember you for saving lives and acting efficiently to curb this and keep everybody as healthy and happy as possible. Nobody thinks I'm filming him, but he doesn't realise the camera's backwards. Anyway. Yeah, look, so that's about all I've got to say at the moment. I want to go in and make some French fries and get me steak ready for dinner, and you know, I'm pretty hungry. I've been eating donuts all day, and they're probably not the best for me. And yeah, so I'll crack this video up on YouTube and Instagram, and let you all see what's going on Thursday, the 12th of March. You know, so cheers, folks. Take care. Remember, wear your masks, mate, and take care of number one first. It's most important. And yeah, talk soon. Cheers, everyone. Good luck.